In this segment you will learn how to create a spreadsheet inputting labels and values with minor editing. Spreadsheets accept data as text or labels and numeric or as values. These data types are treated a little differently. All the numbers, the values, are right justified, and all the labels are left justified. When a cell contains both numbers and text, Excel or any other spreadsheet recognizes it as a label. If the label doesn't fit into the cell, the remaining characters are displayed to the right as long as it's empty. If you look what I've done in A1 so far, that is bigger than the cell A1, so it spreads out into the cells to its right as long as they're empty. If you look at B3, my number of is wider than the cell, the active cell in this case, but it sort of truncates it. It doesn't show it, but it's still there. You can see in the formula bar that number of is still sitting there. So I've started this spreadsheet, and what we're going to do now is continue on. I'm going to finish off the spreadsheet by entering text as labels just by typing on the keyboard. You'll notice as I'm typing that I hit enter, my status bar says enter, and after I've hit enter it says ready, so the spreadsheet's ready to do something else. If I make a mistake while I'm entering, I can just backspace at that point and make a correction and continue on. Now when I hit enter, the active cell goes below what I've just entered. You can also just hit the arrow key and it'll do the same thing. So if I was entering something and I hit the arrow key, the down arrow key, it will go down. If I hit the right arrow key, it'll go over. So your next cell is ready to go. Now to do a little bit of editing here, I didn't want those last two entries, so I can just make the cell, in this case A12, my active cell, and I'll hit delete and it's gone. I move my arrow key up, hit the total hours again, and it's gone. Now in total hours, I want to put in a capital in there, and I didn't do that. Now there's two ways to edit this since I've already entered it and I don't want to re-enter it. I can go and I can click on the hours up in the formula bar, hit backspace, hit my H, and I'm done. The other way I can do it is I can click on the cell again. I can actually double click in the cell and I can edit inside the cell. This isn't available on earlier versions of spreadsheets, but on the later versions it is. So now I'm ready to go and enter some data as values. So I'm going to start in B6, and these go pretty fast. You can put in random ones, and I'll go back up here and I'll do this again. And of course you can move around and by the arrow keys, and you can move around with the mouse with the cursor using the mouse. You'll notice that my labels are left justified and my values are right justified. This concludes the segment on entering data as labels and as values.